Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This is a little different. For some reason I thought putting in my AirPods and doing a voiceover would make me look more official, but then I realized that that is not necessary. If the audio just isn't great, it's not great. This is my first video like this, so it doesn't really matter. Like it does, but it doesn't. Okay, I haven't posted a video in a hot minute, and there's a reason for that. I was feeling extremely uninspired in terms of the content I was creating. I don't think the videos I was posting are the videos that I was meant to post, and I'm also a very firm believer in creating the content that you enjoy watching, and I don't like watching the videos I post, and I just was sort of growing to hate the videos I was making, and that's not fun. And I knew I wanted to do this video, and I sort of put off filming it for 2 weeks, hence why I haven't posted in a hot minute. But I'm here, I have some coffee, and this is my first reaction video. I really don't know how this is gonna go. I'm super nervous. So if you don't think I'm funny, let me know in the comments below. Bully me, please. With all that said, hi, my name is Maddie. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So today, I am going to be reacting to Fix Your Attitude, or Star Wars fan fiction, for those of you who don't know. On TikTok, a lot of girls have been talking about this fan fiction that was posted in, I think, 2013, and it sort of blew up. I have not read it. I'm really nervous to react to this. I'll read you guys the description of it, and we're gonna try to keep it somewhat family. It's not gonna be family friendly, but what led me to want to even film this video and react to it is your girl just finished Star Wars. That's why I'm reacting to a Star Wars fanfiction. Huh. I am really nervous to do this. I'm a good child, and I've heard many things about this fanfiction. I'm not going to be reading the entire thing because it is over how many words is it? It's a lot. It's a lot. Alright, so let's read the description of this fanfiction, shall we? You're an engineer stationed at Starkiller. You're desperate for recognition in your career, but issues with your assignment, spoiler alert, it's the command shuttle, end up making you the cleanup crew instead. Why did I read that so weird? Your annoyance with Kylo Ren lands you into some hot water. How many messes is he going to make you responsible for? Warnings, this is a very smut-heavy fanfic. Please do not read if you're uncomfortable with that. I'm slightly uncomfortable with that. Let's get on with it, shall we? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I don't know what chapter I want to start on. There's some chapters noted in the description. I'm going to read off some of the chapter names. Remember who you work for. I can't be the only one. Good girl. I have to destroy you. Then I won't go inside. You know, I just want to say, I like Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, whatever you choose to call him. He's my favorite Star Wars character. But I just want to say, I kind of feel bad for Adam Driver because he has just these armies of teenage to young adult girls and women who are obsessed with him, and he is a married man.
Does this scare you? Is that Newsweek magazine called you a millennial sex symbol? Do you like that? I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice, yeah.
But my heart goes out to him. It must be extremely awkward to have armies of young girls that write stories like this. I'm gonna start on chapter 5, Good Girl. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Working on the ships of the Finalizer's superior officers was more relaxing than you'd anticipated. With the knowledge that Kylo Ren was entrenched in his own business, unable to antagonize or distract, you found yourself getting lost in the novelty of your work. The crew on board the Finalizer were flexible, open-minded, and respectful of your decisions. On the Finalizer, your youth and gender didn't undermine your expertise. I appreciate that. Okay, the Finalizer is for women, equality, women's equality. I bet you they get equal pay on the Finalizer, and that's good to know. Like, I'll remember that. Continuing. After 2 weeks of your constant work, you're beginning to feel pride in your skill again. Maybe Sam was right. I don't know who Sam is. I literally started on chapter 5. Today you're working on the TIE fighter of a captain following a complaint about the accuracy of the guns. You'd fixed his guns about 3 times since boarding, so you imagine that the captain was just an awful shot. roast him. Your guns are working just fine. Absolutely not, the captain replied, stepping towards you. I haven't had this issue with any previous ship. It's something you're doing wrong. It's because she's a woman, isn't it? You want me to teach you how to inspect a calibration? I promise that if I do, you'll be embarrassed. No, maybe I'll just have to report your incompetence to your superior officer, said the captain, smirking. He's a Karen. Wow, okay, let's continue to where it gets interesting. I want to know where Kylo Ren... What? Further into chapter 5, we get into where Kylo Ren comes in. Come on guys, you said, trudging up the ramp. Go back to your jobs or whatever. You protected your face as you looked around the interior of the shuttle. Dying sparks were embedded into the lingering orange heat of damaged panels. Entire portions of the cockpit had been torn from their bearings. Kylo Ren's command shuttle is coming back. Here we go. The pilot seats were cleaved in half. The smell of singed fabric assaulting your nostrils. Okay. Something about Wattpad fiction is so, it's like synonym to bad, and then they use like atrocious. I just feel like Wattpad authors feel the need to overcompensate for the fact that they're writing on Wattpad and not like publishing an actual book, which I know, okay, I'm not hating, because a lot of Wattpad authors have been published from what I know of in my middle school days of reading Wattpad. I don't know, it always makes me laugh, the word choice they use, and sometimes it's so like overly descriptive. It's kind of like, okay, tone down, we get it. Anyways, the muscles in your body were tensing as you tried to breathe, but it was too late. A flash of heat ripped through you and you hurled your data pad. A primal snarl escaped your throat. The data pad clanged against the walls and crashed onto the floor, the echoes of its journey resonating louder than you would have liked. I feel like my mouth is full of cotton when I read Wattpad stories. And then, because your day needed to be worse, the invasive pressure of Kylo Ren was in and out of your brain. But you didn't care. Rage was owning your body, and you pivoted on your heel to meet him as he entered the shuttle. It's getting a little spicy. This time, you had the first word. What is wrong with you? You said. She's talking to Kylo Ren like this? I'm talking to Kylo Ren like this? A little ballsy. Kylo Ren was silent, but you could feel the fury boiling underneath his mask. For once, I'm here doing something meaningful, and the second I feel like I have some control, you have to screw it up with your little childish tantrums. It's kind of true though. The words were flying out of your mouth. Spit was too. Do you have any idea? Spit was flying out of your mouth? Wash your hands, kids. Do you have any idea how hard I work? How much I put up with you? From you? You're an inconsiderate prick. His fists were flexing in his gloves. That's just a single line. It's like poetry. Go ahead and kill me, you said, not really sure if you actually wanted to tempt him to do just that. Good luck finding something with my skill to clean up after you. His arm shot out to the side and the ramp was rising, pulling in. He's closing you inside of the shuttle with him. Your breath was pouring from you, and with a gesture of his hand, the opening locked. Darkness enveloped the both of you, the light from the cockpit saving your eyesight. Inside the body of the ship, his figure was illuminated by the fading red glow of melted metal. I just, when it says his figure was like, you know, glowing, I just imagine like the Ben Swolo. He hasn't said a word at this point. His fists are just flexing and he's like in the corner like, oh, there's a profanity. There's a little profanity in one of the lines. The stillness in the ship was so crushing that you were afraid of the soft rise and fall of your chest. We have to remind the reader that you're soft. And he's very strong. He's a very strong man. Leftover anger diffused through your body, leaving the ends of your skin tingling. But then you were choking, being drawn forward, your body dangling in the air, the warm grip of leather in case, oh gosh. Anytime leather is in something, a situation, it's never a good sign. Unless we're talking about leather jackets, because the leather jackets are cool, but it's like, okay, so he's force choking her. I mean, what did she expect? Like, she was being rude to him. It's like Supreme Leader or whatever. He's gonna force choke you if you tell him to kill you. Continuing on. The warm grip of leather encased your neck, the long fingers of Kylo Ren twitching at your throat. Does he have long fingers? So when you're being force choked, can you like feel like the hand So like, is it like Kylo Ren's hand, but like he's standing over here? So like if I was to go like this, if I was Kylo Ren and I went like this to said person that we are in this story, would I feel his neck or his hand around my neck? Disney, I have some questions. I wonder how many times I have to tell you to watch your mouth around me, he said, tensing his hold on you. He pulled you closer, your face just inches from his. I suppose that as your only superior on board, it falls on me to discipline you. Oh, no. There's 100 comments on that part. I wonder what they are. Okay. The first one is please do. And someone's like, here we go. Now he was holding you up with his body, his chest pushing into yours, his other hand sliding down the outside of your thigh. Are they clothed? Are they clothed? I have one question. If they're not, when did they did he force, like, I'm so uncomfortable. The hot hardness of his length. Never heard that one before. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I believe it's time for that lesson I mentioned, he said, and then he fell to the ground, back still stuck to the wall. Thank you for letting me know. Your heart was leaping around your ribcage, knowing you could run, knowing it would take you nowhere. And even with that knowledge, you were realizing that you didn't want to run. You wanted him. What's like the ending of this? Oh my God. Okay, so I finished reading the chapter. Actually, I briefly glimpsed over it and read the last couple paragraphs of this chapter. One thing led to another. Let's just say sucking on his finger was a precursor to something else. So this book has 38 chapters. I don't know what I was expecting, but like, if they gives, oh goodness. You know, part of me wants to write a fan fiction. Let me just start a little something, you know? Okay, I have written my own fan fiction, just a little one, and I'll read it for you guys, you know? It's been weeks. You crave for his attention, but he left you alone once again. He said he would be back for you, but at this point, you can't decide whether or not to believe him. As you trek the endless dunes of Tatooine, the planet he left you on, you notice a small speck of silver in the sky. You stop and think, could it be? No. You knew he would come back for you. He said so himself, and yet the silver speck grew closer by the second. But yet as this silver speck, geez, I wrote this, I should be able to freaking read it. But yet as the silver speck grew closer by the second, you recognized the ship's distinguishable shape. You knew that ship, and you knew who would be flying it. As the ship quickly made its descent, the sand started to swirl from the engines, and you had to cover your eyes in a weak attempt to shield yourself from being blinded. You heard the engine slow to a dull hum, and the ramp that led to the ship's interior groaned in protest as it lowered to the golden sand. You held your breath in anticipation. Could it be him? Your mind raced with a million questions, and as you looked into the ship's interior, you saw him standing at the entrance. Your heart skipped a beat. You couldn't decide whether you wanted to punch him or hug him, yet before you could make up your mind, he ran down the ramp and wrapped you in a warm embrace. I've missed you, he says. You start to cry as your emotions overwhelm you. I've missed you too, Ben. You respond. So, with that, I am going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did like it, you should leave a like down below. Also, if you are new here and you think this video was funny, you should subscribe. I really hope you guys like this video. I hope I did a good job. I know it's different. If you guys want to see another reaction video, comment down below what you would like me to react to. And with all that said, and with all that read, all that fan fiction we just read, get it? Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh